everybody, this is your little ray of sunshine.
Hello, this is your host with the most, Corbin Lortzy.
This is Two Peas and Podcast.
Technically co-host, but yeah.
But yeah, so we just had Subway.
I decided to actually spend money for once because I was hungry for meat and
Holy shit, why don't we have the air on?
yes, that is a good question. You're the one driving.
It's so hot and humid.
The air is making me quite moist today, Ronald.
Okay, I'm gonna turn just like this.
Oh, careful, you might you might have stubbed your toe there. You might need to go to the doctors, get that checked out, Donald.
How do I stub my toe in a car?
Are you talking back to me, Missy?
Yes.
Oh dear, your mother didn't raise you right.
So, I have a little confession. Now, some of you know that I am 5'1". That's pretty fucking short. And for those for those of you who have no sense of height, you can't picture how tall I am, this isn't really gonna help. But when I drive, I basically have to see just about all the way up towards the steering wheel.
Yeah.
In order to reach the pedals.
She also has to have this little booster seat as well.
No, don't you lie to them.
Who are they gonna believe?
Me, because I'm more trustworthy than fucking you.
Yeah, but I'm funnier. So. Shit, I feel like I wanted to say something, but I forgot exactly what to say.
Did I interrupt your thought? Here comes the thought.
Bitch.
All women are angels!
All women are queen. If she breathes, she's a thought!
Oh, look at this car behind me. It's a nice car.
Oh, that's a nice car.
That's a nice car.
That's a nice car.
It's nice. Okay, fuck you, bitch.
Oh, that car just looks real nice.
Oh, and it's a douchebag.
Oh.
It's a douchebag.
It's a frat
It's
boy.
a douchebag.
Oh, he wore a bandana. He must be going through chemo.
Oh, God.
Oh. I don't know what we're doing.
Can you fuck off?
Oh, it's a truck that's riding your ass. Oh, what's new? Come on, I gotta get back to my fucking trailer. Come on.
Okay, so
You're making me miss fishing.
I was driving this morning, as I usually do, and there was this
I thought you walked to work.
asshole driver who tailgated. Well, she wasn't exactly tailgating me, she could have been closer, but still, she was relatively close.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
That scared me. I just noticed the last second the guy was turning. It was just like, why the fuck is he turning? Why are you going to this lane? You're very close to us.
But yeah, so now keep in mind, I was doing around 60 miles per hour.
Right.
Or, yeah. For some reason, I thought I said 6. I was doing 6 miles per hour. And this...
Don't want to get into an accident.
And then this woman following me at 60 miles per hour. And it's just, yeah. And at the time, she was able to pass me, but she didn't. And then later on, there was a line of cars in front of me. So I'm thinking, oh, well, maybe I could just just pull over, and whatnot. But there's also a line of cars behind me.
Right.
Oh, wow. Can you, what is with people wanting to pass? Jesus Christ. And they ran through a red light. Vermont!
God damn. Fucking. It's like Kent Weed. Like, anytime you watch Kitchen Nightmares, we have to instinctively yell Kent Weed.
Kent Weed!
Because it's like an executive producer. She does the same thing, but with like fucking. I thought you were taking a sip out of my drink. I was gonna fucking smack you.
It just started to go up my nose.
Must have been a good suck. But yeah, she likes to just scream out what license plate is like what. Like, it's every time she does it, she just reminds me of that fucking Pro CD like skit where he's talking, where it's like, oh hey, that's a license plate from Hawaii. Oh, very interesting. How'd they get that car over the water? That is definitely not a place that we're currently in. Like that shit. It's just fucking. It's honestly the whitest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Me?
Yeah.
I mean, I am pretty
You're just
pale.
screaming, oh wow, that license plate's from Vermont.
No,
Whoa!
I don't say that license plate. I just go, Vermont!
Vermont! Oh wow!
Vermont!
I don't know why, it's
more
just very
energy
fucking
into
white.
it.
Vermont! Ah! That fucking... that vibrated my nose, playing that frequency.
Vermont!
Oh yeah, fucking, when we were exiting the car yesterday, I hit my head, and like, it hurt, like, slightly, but like, it mainly just scared me, and I let out a fucking honk, like a fucking goose, like just, like something like that, and just fucking ran, was just dying of laughter for like 2 minutes straight. I'm just sitting there, just like, alright, look, I can explain, okay? I'm not 3 geese in a fucking trench coat, don't worry about it. Even now, as like I'm talking about it, she's just laughing her ass off. I can't mimic the noise completely, but you get the picture. Sweet.
Please stomach. I have tears in my eyes.
Oh, so
Okay, I'll stop.
seeing as how this is, like, you know, the fucking, it's a similar type of podcast, like last time where, like, you know, we had a decent podcast with a decent number of topics, but we couldn't, like, you know, post it due to the fact that, you know, your mother had called and whatnot.
Yeah.
So, how about we go through, like, some of those topics again? Like, just
I
briefly.
forgot what we talked about.
The only thing I remember is
All
that...
I remember is orgasming. Oh
yeah, fucking... Like, side note. You just... So, I made spaghetti for me and Ryan last night.
Orgasming over Subway.
Orgasmic over Subway. And speaking of orgasm, so fucking I make spaghetti for Rand last night because Rand fucking loves spaghetti and shit. And you know, it was the first time I ever made, like, you know, pasta sauce, and it was pretty fucking good. And what's the Italian? It was good.
Delicioso. No.
It was mamma mia. That's fucking good. And so as I'm eating it, I just look over to Rand, and I fucking see her making love to the spaghetti. Like, legit, she's just like... Like, I'm just, like, sitting there just like, what? Why don't you treat me like that?
I told you I love spaghetti.
Yeah, I gotta marinate myself in fucking pasta sauce in order to get that much love and attention. Like, holy shit.
I was mouth fucking it.
She was mouth fucking, and I'm just staring at her just like, holy fuck. And like, we had to share a plate at one point, and I would like lean in and get my spaghetti. She would also lean in and have her fucking forks full of spaghetti near my face, and it's just like, I'm trying to eat here, please. I don't want to die.
You don't want to die?
Fuck. It just...
Can we title this episode Laughing Gas?
Oh, yeah, sure. So yeah, that's what happened yesterday. And not gonna lie, I've never been jealous of any guy that like fucking hits on Rand, primarily because no one does that.
Hey, excuse me.
I've never seen anyone hit on you. Okay.
Yeah,
to
but
be fair.
oh, okay. That I thought that was a police officer, and I got scared.
What is a small car? Why does it say oversized? Oh, it's the car behind it. That's why it says oversized load. Oh.
I have told you about Hunter. You forgot about him?
What was that? Your previous ex?
No, that was Hunter was the guy who was hunting me.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Okay.
The one where you tell the story because I've kind of forgotten. The only thing I remember is like your mom's reaction.
Yeah.
To it, which was
bullshit. So
yeah, just
okay. So first year of college, I was in my second semester, and at one day I wanted to make some fucking noodles, but the dorm where I was living in didn't have a kitchen, and the microwave was down in the room, in the common area, and so I had to use the microwave on the floor kitchen. So basically there was only one kitchen for each floor, basically.
Correct.
A hangout area. And there's just me, this one other guy, and he goes, "Oh, hey, Brianne." Never met this guy a single time in my life. And I go, "Hi." He's like, "You don't know me?" Like, he had that look of, like, disbelief. Never met him. At all. But he knows me.
This is starting to sound like a fucking yandere situation. Like more.
He's a yandere!
Fuck you.
Just with all the killing.
That we know of.
Yeah. So, anyways. Well, you basically got the gist of who he is. Basically, a nice guy.
I'm a nice guy.
And so, he found out what my name was, and he goes, "Oh, my name is Hunter, blah, blah, blah." I honestly don't even remember what his thing is. So, I'm just
My
like,
name is Hunter Pussy Slayer XX420.
So, anyways, I'm making some conversation. Now, with me, I'm an awkward person. Like, I don't like it when people suddenly start talking to me, especially if I don't recognize them. So already I was kind of just startled, I guess. And then, so we're making a little bit of conversation, whatnot. My stuff is done cooking, and then so I just go back to my dorm.
Right.
And of course, I was having a really bad feeling.
I got a feeling. Do-do-do.
So, fast forward a little bit. Then I'm like eating lunch at one point, and you know, like those guys. Well, you don't know it, but
supposedly there was a gay person who likes me in high school.
wait,
Supposedly.
huh?
Which
So,
is baffling because no one fucking liked me.
I liked you.
Really?
Yeah. Anyways, so skip to one day I was having lunch. I'm eating alone like I usually do, and I'm fine with it, you know? I'm probably like watching like one of John's videos or something, and all of a sudden, Hunter comes back, and I've forgotten his name already. You know?
You don't remember me? No, I fucking don't.
And I forgot to mention, I spent the whole, because I felt fucking guilty that I forgot someone.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, I guess we went to high school or something. So I'm trying to look up yearbooks or something on like the webpage, or I'm like trying to look up like someone named Hunter in my class or something, and I didn't find a single thing. Turns out later on I found out that he lived in Texas.
So he just fucking. he found out what your name was and basically like guilt tripped you into thinking that like you knew him from the past and shit.
Yeah.
And it just fucking wow.
So, anyways.
And that's how you get chicks. Not at all.
And so, anyways, I'm eating lunch, and all of a sudden, he scoots. He basically sits down in the chair next to me and be like, "Hey, you look lonely over here."
He slides into your fucking DMs essentially, like just, "Yo, what up, fam?"
And of course, I get startled. I'm like, "Oh God, no, please."
No.
I just want to watch some Supersonic Temp Routine. Everything wrong with, please.
Shameless plug.
So, yeah, I'm very awkward when I want to tell someone to fuck off. So I was giving clear signs, like he was trying to talk to me, and I was basically just being like, "Hi, I was saying a lot of ums and ahs, more than usual, and I was like trying to like scoot away from him, and of course, I didn't want to be rude, of course, but I still had like half of my lunch left, so I couldn't just like be like, "Oh, I'm heading back to my dorm, bye."
Oh, I just finished, bye.
Yeah. So I'm just kind of trying to back away from him, and of course, he's kind of oblivious to what he's doing. He's not getting the hint that I want him to fuck off.
Right.
And then eventually he does fuck off to hang out with another one of his friends. So basically that was basically all those encounters. And then like I couldn't wait for the semester to end,
right.
Honestly.
Now, is Hunter the same guy who like was friends with one of your roommates, and even your roommate was like, "Yeah, no, the guy's fucking like he's fucked."
I was gonna get to that.
Oh, okay.
This was my first year.
I didn't know if this was like two separate situations.
So, and then there was also another guy named Zach.
Alright.
Who had like instruments and whatnot and was basically a music major. Who also didn't know how to leave me the fuck alone.
He wanted to diddle your fiddle.
Basically, like, they both like would ask for my Snapchat or, "Oh, can I have your number?" And it's just like, no.
Yo, can I have your Snapchat? The fuck Snapchat? Okay.
I was mainly afraid because my gut was being like, they're gonna send you dick pics. Most likely they probably would have. Or like, instead of like texting, they would probably like call, and I'm really anxious on the phone, and they would probably like constantly text me or something. And now, of course, looking back on it, like, if I did give them my phone number, which would be idiotic, I could just keep telling them like, "Hey, I'm busy, I'm in nuclear technology, it's really busy, like major, I need to focus."
Alright.
Even though I wasn't really focusing half the time. And we need to fix that.
I'll help you fix it.
Yeah. So basically, second year, I actually cut my hair by then, and I was actually kind of thinking like, okay, I have my hair cut. There's no way he's gonna recognize me now, right?
Little do you know.
And he recognized me, and he was my neighbor.
Oh, goody! Yeah!
And he also was friends with one of my roommates, which, by the way, Jessica was a phenomenal roommate. Like, she was really chill. Like, I never really asked of snacks from her, but you could ask for snacks from her, and she's like, "Yeah, just fucking take them if you want."
Man.
But,
shout out to Jessica. Didn't she also help you out with, like, the later on situations and shit?
Again,
Well, I just want to double check. It's been a long time.
But,
I've got melanoma.
So basically, it started happening again, and because he was my neighbor.
Oh! That was a decomposing bird carcass.
They don't need to know. They don't need to. Anyways, so basically, because he was my neighbor, he would see me a lot more, and so, basically at one point I told Jessica, like, hey, I'm sorry, I know he's your friend, but there's just something about him that I'm just getting a really bad feeling about. Just a really bad feeling. And she's like, oh, I don't see why, but okay. And, yeah.
And later on, she, like, actually sees, like, oh, shit.
Yeah, he was obsessive with me. And, like, there were some times where, like, we got out at the, me and Hunter got out of our room at the exact same time and would head. I mean, those were probably by chance that we were heading to the same place,
Right.
but it felt like he was kind of following me a little bit. I mean, it was probably by pure accident, but with how the way he was doing it too, like, I usually walk pretty fast. And one day I was walking from my dorm to the cafeteria, and another thing is, like, if I was ever going down the elevator, he'd just be like, oh wait, can you hold it for me? Of course, me one.
I can't hear you. Just close the closed door button. Can't. I'm deaf.
But
Leave me alone.
Sometimes, like, one time I was walking to the cafeteria, and he and a friend caught up to me. And then they stayed by my side, kind of. And the only reason how I broke out of it was I saw Ethan, so I just kind of ran up to him and be like, Ethan! Anyways, so basically he kept being all creepy and stuff. And he would go to Jessica and be like, oh, I don't understand why she's ignoring me, you know? I don't understand all that.
I don't get it.
And then, like, sometimes, like, he'd hang out in Jessica's room. I gotta shorten this up, I'm sorry.
Alright, you're good.
He would hang out in Jessica's room, and I would come back from my class and be like, oh, hey, how are you? You know? And then she's like, oh, I'm good. And then I'd walk up and be like, oh, wait! You know, and try and talk to me more. And, like, it eventually got to a point where even Jessica's like, hey, let's go do something else. Or like, hey, fucking stop it.
Hey, dude, you're making her uncomfortable.
Yeah. He often would ask to hang out, quote unquote. Like, hey, we should hang out sometime. You know? Eventually, I finally said, I finally told him I had a boyfriend. But the thing is, one day I was in class and Jessica was texting me like, hey, Hunter came by the dorm and was looking for you twice already. He really wants to ask you something. You know, he wants to confess his feelings toward you. I'm like, okay, that's
This
it.
bitch.
That's it. Of course, I never really wanted to pull the boyfriend card on him because I felt that was petty and whatnot.
Yeah.
To me, I didn't see a reason to, because it would be like, oh, hi, how are you? You know?
I have a boyfriend.
Yeah, basically
Like,
that.
you didn't want to be that kind of person in that scenario, but in this current scenario, if he's like, I love you, and if you say, I have a boyfriend, that's like, understandable, have a nice day.
Yeah. So, finally, he comes into my room, he knocks on the door, I say, fuck it, come in. And I'm thinking about what I have to say, and he's like, hey, I have a crush on you. I'm like, dude, I'm sorry, but I have a boyfriend, and you're kind of creeping me out a lot with how you're acting. And then, the most idiotic thing a guy could ever do.
Well, could you break up with him so you could date me?
No. One time I was heading towards the elevator, and he said, oh, hey, Ray. I want you to pretend to be me for a second.
Alright.
Hey, Ray.
Hey.
Look at me. Well, he blew a fucking kiss at me. With a wink.
Help.
No, he was heading towards his room at that point. But, yeah, and I was just like, dude, no. And I finally told Jessica, and she was like, yeah, I had enough. And so it turns out, halfway through the semester, sorry.
Oh, no, you're good.
So it turns out one time, like, Becky, one of my old roommates, went up to me and be like, hey, you know Hunter? And I'm like, yeah, he's kind of creepy. Stay away from him. Because
Could have given me that warning beforehand.
her boyfriend is one of his roommates. And apparently, well, I wouldn't say he's abusive, but he would yell at them and stuff. He was kind of just like basically unstable.
Ah. Good.
Like he was a jackass to them. Not abusive, but a jackass. And so I'm just like, oh, okay. And eventually, turns out he was smoking weed. People caught him, and then he was thrown in jail. And then he was released out, and he never went to the college again.
Good riddance to bad rubbish.
So you want to know what my mom's... So I finally tell my mom, because I need parental advice, because I'm scared, and I want my parents to protect their daughter.
Right, you know, that's a reasonable thing to, like, you know, expect from a parent.
Yeah. So, and of course, my mom is always the one where it's just like, oh, don't talk to people on the internet, all that. So
Those words, exactly.
So I would think, if I feel that I'm in danger, that she would want to protect me and be like, okay, here's what you can do. I'd say, hey mom, there's this guy and he's been creeping me out a lot and I'm really scared and I don't know what to do. Oh, are you sure? Are you sure he isn't being a normal guy? And just flirting with you and just...
You know, why don't you just take him out on a date, you know?
Basically, like...
That other guy that you're currently dating, go fuck him! Take this creep out on a date.
Yeah.
Which, that just...
Yeah, she actually encouraged me to, like, go out with other people. Like, you know, you might not always be with Tyler.
And, which is the most cuntiest thing in the entire world to do. I don't care who you are. Like, that, you're a cunt if you do that.
I want someone who will give you ambition to go out. And I want you to be with someone...
I only want what's best for you, and for me. But what's best for you, mostly me. Right. I want you to find someone who's best for me. But also it's best for you. Me, mainly.
Well, mainly she wanted someone to, you know, take care of me, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Which, you know, she doesn't fucking like me due to the fact that my family in general is full of a bunch of fucking assholes.
Yeah.
Which is understandable, but at the same time, it just... Like, she acts, like, really nice towards me, like, when I'm around her, but, like, I hear a bunch of this shit, like, from Rayanne, and it's like, wow, that's just...
We should do a mom episode one day.
Oh, fuck it, yeah, sure.
Yeah. Anyways, well, maybe. But, yeah, so, eventually it got to a point where it's like, Mom, I'm uncomfortable with him. And she would just be like, oh, well, you have that feeling towards everyone. You know, you're going to be working in a new plant where all the workers are guys, you know.
The man's giving me rape eyes.
Yeah. Are you sure
That's no, boys will be boys. No!
Yeah. And she's just like, I just wish I could be there to see it in your eyes, you know.
And you'd be uncomfortable.
So you basically... don't trust my judgment on how I feel. But what else were we gonna talk about? Cause
I don't know.
But
that was mainly it. Which, side note, really proud of you for, like, you know, fucking, well, in general, but also you're talking a lot more in these podcasts, and I'm really proud of you.
Yeah. Even though most of it's just me screaming.
Fuck off. What was that for?
Your ribs were exposed.
Yeah, I was stretching, you fucknut.
I wanted to poke you. No!
I poked you. Fuck off.
But yeah! So, any words? Feel how phone.
Oh, that's a hot phone.
I feel how phone this hot is.
It's been co-host Corbin Lortzy, Lates McNates, and I'll leave the outro to our lovely host.
You're gonna do something.
I'm not, I swear.
Alright, and this has been your little ray of sunshine. And I will see you. He's stressing me out. And I will see you on the next sunrise.